Okay guys, so we're going to look at keto flu today and what actually is happening to your body. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so either you're doing a keto diet, you're thinking about a keto diet, you're going through keto flu right now, or you've just begun the diet and you're experiencing some issues. This is a video for you. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's happening to your body, and obviously we'll give you quick remedies. You've got other videos that will show you how to remedy keto flu, and it gives you all the information. One word though I'll say right at the beginning: supplements. Now, supplements are simple. You can see here, I take a vitamin C effervescent tablet, I take a multivitamin and mineral tablet, I take a keto gummy, and I take an electrolytes tablet. These are all important to prevent keto flu. So guys, without further ado, let's get on to number one. Here we go guys, so we've got the number 1 point. Your body is running low on glucose and glycogen. So what is this really showing us? Now, you have an instant energy source where you turn your carbs into glucose and use them in your cells for energy, and at the same time you have a storage molecule which is a polysaccharide. It's just basically glycogen, which is a long chain of your glucose. Now, you've got your simple sugar, glucose, which it loves as a monosaccharide, and that polysaccharide glycogen is going to be your storage energy for a certain amount of hours. Now, if you look at them both, you've got about up to 24 hours of storage of glycogen in your liver, and you've got about 36 hours in your muscles. So your body is prepared for instant energy to be used or utilized in many ways. Now, that's one of the reasons why it's beginning or links to keto flu. What happens when you derive your body of all this lovely, quick energy? Well, there you go. You start to feel some parts of keto flu. So let's have a look here. When you suddenly cut carbs, your body turns through stored glycogen. When you suddenly cut carbs, your body burns through stored glycogen, which is stored carbohydrate, in the liver and muscles. As glycogen drops, your body begins shifting towards fat burning and ketone production. So this is now your transitioning. It's the beginning of the transitioning, because what you've done is you've cut them off, so they're running down, they're depleting. And as all of the glucose moves out of your body and used up, you then start breaking down your glycogen into the sugar, carbohydrate, glucose, and then you start using that. So low carb intake equals less glucose available. Body uses stored glycogen for energy. Glycogen levels drop in liver and muscles. Body shifts to burning fat for fuel. Ketone production begins to increase. So you can see here, it's a nice diagram here. High carbs for keto. You've got your liver, and high glycogen, plenty of stored energy, goes to low. It's a polysaccharide, and so it goes to a low after keto, and it's your liver. And then going down, you've got the glycogen here. You can see it, yes, low now in your muscles and low, obviously, in your liver. So the result: fat stores are tapped, liver makes ketones, body and brain start using ketones for energy, fat burning mode activated. So this is why it's all beginning. You're getting shocked. You're transitioning from your energy and what you see as safety. So it's kind of a little bit of a a misnomer saying safety, because the whole issue is really you've already got plenty of systems that can counter problems. So, okay guys, so number 2. Here we go. This you lose water and electrolytes rapidly. So another thing that's going on, causing and pushing towards keto flu. Lower insulin levels cause your kidneys to release more sodium and water. This can also affect potassium and magnesium levels, leading to dehydration type symptoms and classic keto flu feelings. So what have we got here? Simply put, what it is you already dropped water, because actually when you break up your glycogen, 3 to 4 times the amount of water drops with it as well, and you lose that. So the glycogen has dropped its water as well, and then you move on to this, and because you've got low insulin, your body signals to drop sodium, and if you know osmosis, you know that the water will follow the sodium. So We understand that this is exactly what's happening. If you lose water and you're now losing electrolytes and you're lower in energy, these are all contributing factors to keto flu. So here we go, what's happening? Lower carbs, insulin drops, kidneys excrete more sodium water, electrolytes are reduced. So why it matters, obviously, water follows sodium. It's as simple as that. Lowers sodium, it lowers sodium, potassium, magnesium, and it also lowers, you can get lower chloride with calcium. So the whole idea is that these are all important electrolytes. These are the three main ones that I usually talked about. Result, keto flu symptoms. You can get headaches, fatigue, dizziness, muscle cramps, nausea, and brain fog. So very simple. How do you do it? Take a supplement or eat these type of foods like avocado, drink lots of water. Yes, these will all give you plenty of nutrients, electrolytes, as well as a supplement as well with water to hydrate. Okay guys, so number 3, your brain is adapting to a new fuel source. So what you can see here, you have the human brain, and before keto primarily runs on glucose. Transition phase, ketones are rising but not fully adapted. Then after adaptation, efficiently using ketones from fat. So your fatty acids are turned into ketones in your liver, then they go and power the most important parts of your body. So why it matters: ketones provide steady, clean energy for the brain, supports focus, mental clarity, and mood long term. Takes time to fully adapt, days to weeks. So your brain is used to running mainly on glucose. During the transition period, ketones are increasing, but may not yet fully meet energy demands. This adjustment can cause temporary symptoms like brain fog, irritability, and tiredness. So, glucose versus ketones. So, quick energy, while ketones are steady energy. Spiky and crash prone, more stable, and depends on carbs, doesn't rely on carbs. So ketones are an interesting molecule. Common temporary symptoms are brain fog, mental fatigue, irritability, slow motivation, and poor concentration. But the whole idea there is, the good news is ketones are so much better than glucose. They're stable, they're clean, they're efficient. You're going to be super focused more than ever before, and without all the spiky trash. So guys, the whole idea here is that the ketones are being produced. What happens overall? You're being powered by fatty acids. You break down your adipose fat tissue. That goes down to your triglycerides are then broken down into your fatty acids as well as your glycerin, and then the fatty acids then go off to obviously go off to power your body, but some of them go to your liver and are changed into ketones. Those ketones then go to your brain, which is the one we mostly talk about, but they also go to other parts to power for efficiency and how fantastic molecule they are. So that's number 3, guys. Now number 4, here we go. Fat burning and ketone production start increasing. So as carbs stay low, insulin remains lower, and the liver increases ketone production. Your body gradually becomes more efficient at using fatty acids and ketones for energy instead of relying heavily on glucose. Right, so how your body shifts into ketosis: low carb intake, fewer carbs mean lower insulin levels. Fat stores are accessed. Stored fat is broken down into fatty acids and released into the bloodstream. 3, liver makes ketones. The liver converts fatty acids into ketones. 4, ketones become a main fuel. Ketones travel to the brain and muscle to be used for energy. And 5, more efficient fat burning. Your body becomes more efficient at burning fat and using ketones. So basically, what's happening is that you're now nearly fully transitioned. It should actually be getting better at this point, but still you're going to be feeling a little bit foggy. You're going to be feeling a little bit of a transition, because now it's all your body transitioning, and that is why you're going to be scared at first, or your body will take time to adapt. Over time, you should get used to this. And now the whole idea is that as you do it, you adapt and you go, okay, now I'm used to it. I've done it several times. So again, this is still all happening in all different places of your body, and so you can expect to have a little bit of brain fog because you're switching over from glucose to ketones, and then you're on the phase now where it's increasing and it's all replacing it, and at the same time your whole body now is using them. Yes, so certain parts of your body are all using it. More ketones are being used and accessed efficiently and effectively. So number 5, here we go guys, symptoms improve as you become more fat adapted. So this is exactly what I've just mentioned, and that happens usually even from day 4 onwards, and then at the end of the first week massively. Symptoms improve as you become more fat adapted shows keto flu is usually temporary. As your body adapts to using fat and ketones as fuel, symptoms fade and energy focus and well-being improve. So here we go. Day 1 to 3 adjustment. Keto flu symptoms are common. Body is running low on glycogen and electrolytes. Simple, replace with supplements. They'll do the job, or find certain foods with what you need. Day 4 to 7 transition. Symptoms may continue but start to lessen. Ketones are rising and your body is learning to adapt. Week 2, improving. Energy and week 2, improving. Energy and mental clarity start to improve. Fat adaptation is progressing. Ketones become a steadier fuel source. Week 3 to 4, adapted. Most symptoms are gone. Body becomes more efficient at burning fat and using ketones. Usually it's week 4 and could be later. Beyond week 4, you're fat adapted, stable energy focus and better performance. So we can understand here, fat burning and ketones use become your new normal. So guys, the main idea there is you understand that it's really simple and straightforward, that you can see that you've been fat adapted. Now it can take up to even week 6, even could be longer. But the main idea is it usually happens on week 4, and it can happen obviously past that. Why is that important? Well, now you know that you've got through pretty much everything and you're burning fat efficiently, and it will actually get more efficient over time, but the whole idea is that your weight loss is a good amount and steady. The reality is you lose actually more weight in week 2 and 3, not counting week 1 because that includes water and fat. So week 2 and 3 you drop tons of fat because you're burning fat inefficiently. Now what does this mean? Simply, you become really calm, really focused, you become more energetic, you've just adapted to it fully. So it becomes a lot more enjoyable. Okay guys, so that's pretty much what keto flu is and what's happening. So don't forget, take your supplements. I would recommend that 100%. If you have any issues, go speak to your family doctor or your GP. Okay guys, so I hope you liked the video. Thumbs up please, and subscribe. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay guys, I'll see you on the next one.